Hello, this is Leslie. If you are new to the channel, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. I just have a quick word. The Lord just keeps impressing upon me harvest season, right? And He keeps showing me lots of food. Today, He showed me eggs for the third time, and I do not recall the dates of the first two times I saw them, but it was in recent weeks. But the very first vision that he gave me of eggs, it was a plate of deviled eggs. Okay. And initially I was like, God, what are you talking about? Deviled eggs, like deviled eggs. But what he was impressing upon me was that, don't worry about the word deviled eggs. Think about the preparation that actually goes into the deviled eggs. Okay. When you eat scrambled eggs, it's usually a pretty quick process to prepare them, right? But deviled eggs takes longer. You have to boil the eggs, then you have to, cut them and take the yolks out. Then you mix the yolks, with maybe mayo and relish and seasonings and all, and mustard and all that type of stuff. And just the presentation of the eggs itself was actually very nice. And God was saying that, a lot of times, well, in my own opinion, I'm sorry, in my own experience, usually when I eat deviled eggs, it's kind of like at maybe a special occasion, like at a baby shower, a time of celebration, maybe Sunday dinner after church with family, like a family gathering, like we're getting together and celebrating life or just enjoying one another's company. And that's another word that God has just continuously told me over the last several weeks. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. And he says this when he shows me food. Okay. And so the deviled eggs just represent eggs themselves represent promises. Okay. And the deviled eggs just represented a beautiful promise that's coming to pass and a time of celebration. Okay. The second vision was I saw actual eggs and I knew they were chicken eggs. I don't know why, but that's what I could tell Holy Spirit was telling me. But they were being put into an incubator. Again, eggs represent promises, and these eggs were promises that were soon to be hatched, soon to be birthed. There was still a period of waiting because they were being put into the incubator so that they could be kept warm until it was time for them to hatch. And as I said in my previous video about the blueberry pie, the pie itself was not yet baked, but I knew that it was about to be baked. I knew that once it was done, that would be an example of a promise, coming to fruition. And it's the same with these eggs. Whether it is, an animal's egg or a human egg, an egg is representative of, conception, new life, eggs have to be fertilized. And then after X amount of, months or weeks, depending on what species, I guess you will, or mammal, whatever the eggs are actually coming from, denotes when that promise will be birthed. Okay. And so there are promises that are being birthed, and God is showing me this through the eggs. They're still being incubated, but they are coming to pass. Okay. Remember, God is not a man that he shall lie. If he says it's going to be, if he says it is happening, it is happening. Okay. And then today's vision, when I woke up from a dream where I saw eggs, egg shells. Okay. They were all in a jar. And they were different colors. There was like some blue eggs, like I want to say it's a robin, I think it's a robin that lays like sometimes blue eggs. I can't really speckled blue eggs, I think. But some were lighter blue, some were brown. Like how eggs naturally are. And so there were various hues of brown and blue eggs, and they were in this jar. But again, they were egg shells. And God said that this represents the fact that the promise has come to pass. So you may be in various stages of this. You may be at a point where, you are waiting on a promise, or the promise has come to pass. But God says that it is coming to pass. For many, the jar represents the fact that this individual was just saving the shells so that they would be able to look back and see how many promises God had already fulfilled. That's what the jar of eggshells represents. So I know that God was saying, as you're waiting on those eggs that are being incubated, take a look at that jar. take a stroll, if you will, down memory lane and remember all of the promises that have already come to pass. Those eggshells represent the promises that have already come to pass. Remember that God is not a man that he should lie. And if he has done it before, he can do it again. If he has made you a promise, he will fulfill it just as he has before. So just take heart and remember that he has fulfilled promises to you before, and as you are waiting on these eggs that are incubated, they are going to manifest into the beautiful promises that he has for you. So that's the word.